Official Schechter was once going with his mother to a doctor's appointment. They were going from Borough Park to Manhattan for this doctor's appointment. And it was difficult for Mrs. Schechter to come down the steps, but she trudged down with her walker, finally made it to the car. But then she forgot something. She forgot to take a sandwich alone. Now, Mrs. Schechter was a Holocaust survivor. And she after surviving the Holocaust and realizing what it meant to starve, she decided when she got married that she's going to always have guests at her home for Shabbos. But besides for that, one time she had a very terrible incident. She was on a march and they were starving. And she reached out to the peasants, "Can you give us some food? We're so hungry." And the peasants said, "No, sorry. We're not going to give you anything. You could starve to death." And she remembered that. She said for the rest of her life, she's always going to carry food in her bag. In case she meets someone who needs food, is hungry, she'll be able to give them food. So she always took a sandwich in her bag. But on that day, she had forgotten the sandwich, left it in the apartment. And so she said, "I have to go back up and make a sandwich and take it along with me." He said, "Ma, we have to get to Manhattan. We're in a rush for this doctor's appointment. No one is going to need a sandwich today. In the last 60 years, it never happened that someone came over to you and asked you for the sandwich. It's not going to happen. Let's just go forget the sandwich." She says, "No, I have to get that sandwich." She goes back upstairs. She makes the peanut butter and jelly sandwich. She wraps it up and she makes her way down. And finally they go on to Manhattan. They go to the doctor's appointment. They come late, but they come back to Borough Park. They're looking for parking. Finally they find a spot like 2 blocks away from their home. They're walking down 13th Avenue. And for the first time in 60 years, it happens. She's walking down the block. There's an old man sitting on a bench. And he says, "Miss, I'm so hungry. Do you have anything for me to eat?" And she smiles. And she says, "Yes, I do." And she takes out that sandwich. And she hands it to this man. And the smile on her face was incredible. Said Rabbi Schechter that his mother said that it was worth it to carry a sandwich in her bag for 60 years to be able to give it that one time to that hungry person. She was always waiting for the moment. She was always waiting to fulfill that mission that she set out on, to try to help another Yid. We all have our kaiches, we all have our abilities, we all have so much that we can do. If only we reached into our hearts and looked for the opportunities. And it doesn't matter what you do. Maybe it's in your job, in your working place, you could help someone out. Maybe it's someone down the block that you know that could use a kol chizik. Only you can do it. It's up to you. That's the greatness that you have. And get ready and be prepared for the day that maybe you'll meet someone who you could help too. And maybe that's your moment. That's the moment that made you great. That's the moment that you've been waiting for your entire life.